What's up? What it do, Soul Fam? Welcome to Canon Witchery or Readings by Canon. What's up? That's me. I am Kat Nicoletta Monroe, for those of you who may not know, and this is your pick a card diving into who is watching you. I will say that this intro is getting recorded in the end. I had already recorded this once through, and I will say this, Soul Fam, every single pile is drastically different from the other, including the extendeds, okay? The rabbit holes that we had fell into with these readings are incredible, and so I would honestly not be surprised if maybe you resonate with 2 piles, but up to 3 I think would be a little odd, unless of course you're watching for somebody else, because that might be the case. There are some extended sneak peeks that are now available for y'all. I'm trying something new, so let me know. But if you are interested in watching the full extended, where we dive into more like next action steps, what's really going to occur in this kind of situation based on free will and what could potentially be said, all of that, like I'm saying, every single pile is drastically different, so enjoy the ride. But yeah, I hope that you guys enjoy this content. It's something a little different, but nevertheless. So here are 3 different Disney decks, which you'll notice in every pile me mention that I forgot to mention. So up front, we have the Hocus Pocus deck, alongside the Alice in Wonderland deck, and finally the Villains deck. So there's pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. Really go with your gut on this one, okay? Ask the question, who's watching me? Why? What are their intentions? How are they watching me? And pay attention to what just came up for you. Did you hear a particular number? Are you unable to take your eyes off of a pile, or do you just feel in your gut that behind this pile here lie the answers that I require today? Once you find your answers, scroll down to the description box below, pick your chapter, and let's a bibbity go. I'll see you on the other side. Peace. Pile number 1, what's up? What it do? Y'all chose the Hocus Pocus deck. I haven't mentioned that I'm using all Disney decks, but here it is. Also, as I was channeling in your vibe here, pile number 1, I really got brought my attention towards all of the birds that are outside, which of course, as I said that, they shut up. Hopefully you can hear them. I don't know. Nonetheless, this is giving me multiple people, like groups of people. So pile number 1, you may very well have, let's say, like an open profile, or I just heard gone public. Like people can have a glance at what it is that you are doing. Perhaps you have a large following or acknowledgement in one form or fashion in your field, or what it is that you're working on and or are about to, okay? Yeah, I'm sensing some really interesting energies from y'all, and I ain't even freaking started yet. I mean, I guess we definitely started because channel messages are still lit. Anyways, you know, I think that there's a lot of eyes on you. There's a lot of eyes on you, lots of people talking. Perhaps maybe I'm seeing like comment sections just kind of like exploding for you, but like with good connections, insightful connections, really nice discussions. Like there's a really nice vibe. It's kind of giving me Threads, I'm not gonna lie. If you're on a good side of Threads, then you know what I'm talking about. It's really chill over there. Highly recommend it. Or don't, you can stay out there. You know, anyways, I am blabbing along. Let's if you get it, you get it. I don't know. I feel like every single app has a different kind of vibe, you know what I mean? So who is it that is, spying on you? We have the Sun as well as the Knight of Wands with the candles here. Okay, I don't know. My little brother just like screamed from the other room or something. And then I immediately heard like got burned. So this could have been someone that perhaps maybe y'all got into like quite a heated argument about. Okay, because the sun could also mean a lot of ego, okay? Especially, mind you, the way that it's depicted in this particular deck, it's the sun that turned her into stone, right? So sometimes where the light shines down isn't always a nice sight, I guess is the best way that I can say it. So humbling this metaphor down, pile number one, this could be someone that you got into an argument with, or that there has just been a grand illumination in and around, like the truth came out. Mind you, this is also, what's it called? The black flame candle. Like only a specific person was to fulfill a particular, perhaps maybe it's like a karmic cycle, like, you know, it's like when your soul has incarnated into this lifetime, you have particular types of energetic checkpoints that you have signed up to want to experience. Now, whether or not you do or you don't is based off of your free will, right? Like not everything that you quote unquote signed up for is like going to happen, because that's the whole point of the human experience. It's the want to, I suppose, like evolve, if you will, okay? And how to wrap this around who it is that is keeping an eye on you. It's someone that I have a feeling y'all walked away from that kind of served their purpose for you. And I just heard like, you idiot. Like, it could have honestly been that like, now I'm not saying, okay, let me just throw it out there, that someone wronged you once or twice and you like set a boundary like hard and you're like, no, absolutely not. And what I'm saying about this is that like some people may have an opinion about this where it's like maybe you overreacted, like they didn't mean to do that or their intention wasn't that, but like either your intuition or your spirit, like I don't know, this is definitely intuitive, there's no other way around it. You knew what the true intentions were. You saw the truth. It gets to a point that you can no longer unsee it. And to some it burns. And this could also mean that you had burnt too. This is definitely someone you walked away from, okay? Because we've got the 8 of Cups here, or potions in this deck. I think you packed your shit and left. And so this person is, I mean, eyes wide up on you, huh? Like, I just keep hearing that song, just take your shit and go, you know? And I don't even listen to that music, so that's very interesting for someone. Who is spying on my pile number one? So I'm going to assume that this is going to definitely be on your social media, okay? Especially just because of that initial channel that came through. We have the Magician and the Tower. Okay, I'm just going to put it out here that like someone may actually want to see you fall and crumble, like whatever it is that you are creating that they have witness to. I am sensing some form of like jealousy, but also like a desire for control. We'll definitely pull a little bit more, but for a lot of y'all, I'm not sure if every single one of your viewers or if this is actually resonating, like the storyline of, I don't know, could perhaps be an old friend, an ex. I just heard like even like a teacher or like an employer or something, someone who was maybe above you in some regard, right? Like in a professional setting, you know? And yeah, like you walked away from it. Like something just was shown to you and you were like, okay, well, this kind of sucks, but it's making my decision to leave that much easier in a way. So you packed up your shit and you left. Dush, dush, dush. Music happily bumping in the car. Like you feel okay. Channeling in your energy, pile number one. Like despite what energy is coming through for y'all right now, I will say that you've got a really good head on your shoulders, a really good detached energy about you. I will also state to amplify any means of protection on yourself, whatever it is that that means for you, okay? Whether it's lighting up some sage more often, perhaps doing a nice little cleansing bath, going for a walk, hugging a tree, like grounding is the best form of cleansing, okay? Like it's, people underestimate the power of grounding, okay? Earthing, like taking your shoes off, your socks off, and touching some bare grass, okay? Hug some trees. They know when you're there. Y'all are very spiritual beings, and though I was gonna say and thus become more of that kind of cliche, if you will. Hug a tree more often. Honestly, I promise people will leave you alone. And yet, yeah, looking back at these cards, like moving away from your energy, this is giving me the absolute opposite. I don't know. I think you triggered someone, you wronged someone. They're like after you. And it could maybe be because there was some sort of like a truth that came out. Or maybe they learned a truth about you that burnt them, and now they're like, they have a watchful eye on you. And like, again, there's something here with the Tower card. I'm feeling this is a little bit more intentional. Yeah, we got the 10 of Cups here with the 7 of Cups. I will say this. The people, because now this is expanding. Okay, this is definitely more than just one person, or maybe y'all got a similar storyline, like a repetitive, like karmic energy that just keeps reincarnating in different kind of people, you know, when you're just like, oh, it's people like this. I see the truth in you, and then it's like, you're obsessed with me. Like, you know what I mean? Y'all know what I'm saying. So pile number 1, this person's not sure how it is that you are capable of doing what it is that you're doing. I think that your detachment game is strong, your manifestation game is strong. The way that you uphold a sense of integrity towards obtaining abundance is something that a lot of people I'm getting right now on like the happy end here, okay, that are watching, because we still have the 10 of Cups on the table. It says poisons here or potions. Poisons, interesting. Not everyone that's watching you has the greatest intention and wants to see you win, okay? They're actually kind of hoping something will crumble because they're unsure of how it is that you're doing what you do. It's almost like, oh, it's too good to be true. Pile number 1 is going to fail any minute now. Big truth is going to come out. And they could maybe even be like digging or something, you know, like trying to, in a way, ruin your reputation in one form or a fashion. Like, kind of, it's giving a little bit like cancel culture vibes. Okay, and the fact that I keep saying it's giving, y'all could be like Gen Zers or something tuning in. So like, hey, what's up? I am a millennial, but nonetheless, this whole fucking millennials versus Gen Zers thing's gotta stop. Like, y'all are fucking cool as fuck. We cool as fuck. Like, let's just chill. Jeez, the ways with the generational wars. Like, can we leave that alone already? Anyways, I think y'all got a really good head on your shoulders. Pile number 1. And people are triggered by it. So, why? Why are they so triggered by it? Why are they watching? Also, don't mind my layout right here. It doesn't have a specific purpose. I think that's just where my intuition's kind of placing everything, so. 2 of Candles. I think that you got a lot of duality about you that people, you're very intriguing. Pile number 1. Again, you leave people wondering, how is it that you obtain it? We also have the 2 of Lightning, which is the 2 of Swords, I believe. I think so. You leave people in awe. You show aspects of yourself that really ignite people in one way. Like you give glimmers too, not just triggers. And by glimmers, it's almost like a very positive trigger, you know, an opportunity where you spark a little life into somebody. And also the intellectual game is on point with y'all. Y'all could really, whatever it is that you're putting out, it is, well, I'm sensing a little bit entertaining here too, but I'm hearing it's admirable. Perhaps there's a story that you are sharing, that you have in front of people's eyes, changed your life for the better, however it looks like for you. You know, and it keeps people wondering. And there could be, with this Sun card here, with the Knight of Candles or Wands, it's like, it could have honestly even been something that you put out, pile number one, like one of your like art pieces or like services, or I don't know. I'm thinking it's like a truth. Y'all either put out like a video or a statement or like a blog entry or something where you just like left it all out, you know? I just heard like exposed. If that's making sense. I don't think this is as dramatic. I think that y'all were just sharing your growth or something, and then people are admiring that. At the same time, whoever's really watching you like hard is also calling BS on your journey too. It's like that's all a lie. They're making it up because how could that happen? You go from the Tower straight to the 10 of Cups. But how? Y'all are a mystery to a lot of people, and it bothers somebody, especially from your past, that you have ignited some form of truth around, or it's because of a truth that had been ignited that now you've got attention. Attention, attention. So we know how. Definitely online, something cruising, okay? We know that intuitively for sure. It's not necessarily coming out in the cards, but y'all can trust in what I'm talking about. I guess let's dive into more who. Like, who is this? Can we get more details on the types of people? Let's go like 2 to 3 different types of people. Who is watching specifically? I heard yes to all of these cards. Okay, wow. Are these 5 different people? I just heard yes. Okay, well, person number 1. Ooh, okay. Interesting. Okay, one of the people that are watching you, pile number 1, because again, lots of eyes on you. This is someone who likely you have like burned a bridge on, okay? Like talking about those like packed up my shit and left kind of energies, okay? This is someone that whatever truth it is, maybe you called somebody out and you're like, you know, I see you, or like something came out, or you just exposed their shady behavior just to their face. I'm seeing also very like, you've done this very politically correct, pal number 1, okay? I'm definitely sensing a lot of intellectualism, also a lot of like, fuck with me and find out energy, because people tend to, I think, misuse your kindness a lot. And sometimes judgment is served, okay? Like, you just your court date and mandated freaking sentencing. Like, you were out. So, yes, one of the people that definitely have their eye on you right now. I just saw her. Wow. Okay, so my throat chakra got immediately blocked as I was about to say unblock me. So this is someone who is probably viewing you from like their friends pages or from some sort of like a secret little account that they might have under a completely different alias, or like whatever. People go through like extremes. In my opinion, if you're blocked, just like move on. Like, it's okay. I'm protecting my energy. I'm also protecting your energy simultaneously. You know, if you ever want to block me, like do that. Like if it brings you peace, cool. Like moving right the fuck along. Anyways, but they be watching, okay? Temperance. I'm also seeing that you also have the eye of a friend, okay? Someone that perhaps maybe you have lost some contact with once upon a time, but is coming back around, okay? Like whenever it is that we are going down a new path for ourselves, whatever it is that you're building that's leaving people like wondering how it is that pile number 1 does it, you also bring back people who realign onto your path, right? Like we fall off and we intertwine back, you know, as delicately as is energetically required. And so this person is admiring you, I want to say. So if you're reconnecting with people from your past, because that's really big coming up here, and they're like pouring into you, they're really acknowledging what it is you're saying. Perhaps maybe there's some of the ones that are commenting on it. I'm also seeing like a DM, like a little like let's catch up, because I'm seeing a little teacup. So yeah, and I keep touching this magician here too. So like you may honestly even be pile number 1 manifesting a good tribe, okay? Because like you're tired of people from the past. Like again, I'm hearing like this again, like this, why is it this? Oh my goodness, blah, blah, blah. You may just be so sick and tired of meeting the same type of karma in another person that you're manifesting a different type of soul tribe, you know? And I think someone from your past is, yeah, coming right along in and saying, hey, like, what's up? I could pour into this cup a little bit more. I think you're pretty cool. Okay. We also have someone who literally cannot get you off of their mind, okay? The 8 of Lightning or Swords in this case, this is something, I just heard, it's electrifying. So I have Grease in my head now. I don't know if that movie has any relevance to you. Oh, Mercury retrograde. But this is someone who perhaps maybe could like really be watching you, okay? Like they have an eye on you. If you post any like long form content, they spend the extra time, you know? Usually I'm hearing at nighttime because this is someone who maybe, this is like someone thinking about you before they go to sleep, you know? Yeah, and I just heard I can't get you off of my mind. So yeah, that's one person who's also looking you. Another one. Okay, we have a younger generation who is also looking up at you. And this is just more so of a precaution to, not to say that you really need one, okay? But just know that like you have generations that are going to be looking up at you and what it is that you do. So I don't know what it is that y'all offer as a service or just as some form of content or even just way of being. Like you have a way of like wording sentences together so beautifully that it like ignites people into a form of duality. Like you get people seeing different types of perceptions and things about you, like wondering, you know? The point is, fast forward to what it is here, that y'all got some people, I just heard cousins, if even, okay? Like if you have like a blocked profile, in fact, which I would be kind of surprised with y'all. There's something public that you're doing nonetheless, but you have the younger generation looking up at you, really learning from you, and also liking what it is that you put out. So I guess more so the warning is just to be alert and aware that you have a younger generation that's also looking up at you. So be sure that the advice that you're putting out is something that you would want your little cousin or your little sibling to kind of follow along to, you know? I just heard I want to make you proud. So ultimately, pile number one, despite this being like a complete roller coaster, because for y'all, again, I'm picking up like a crowd of people and we still got one more card to go. I have no idea what this is yet. You have a lot of attention on you right now, for the good and for the bad, okay? And by the bad, I just mean uncomfortable in the sense that like, yeah, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Some people want to see this fail. Now, in the extended, what we're going to do is get down to the itty gritty, probably about the people that are kind of looking for your quote unquote demise, okay? Just because it's like, we'll need some advice on how to eradicate a little bit more of this energy, because that's just like ridiculous, okay? Instead of like, I just heard like people maybe wanting to like mirror you, become you, but failing to do that. And they could get really obsessive as to like how it is that you manifest. But the thing is though, you are just, I think that y'all just lead a path of light. The sun is still the first card that came out, okay? Like it's still the illuminator on the entire reading, despite sometimes that light being really strong for a lot of people. I think when it comes, I just getting like vampire energies. Isn't like, don't vampires also turn to stone? Yeah, I think it's like witches turn to dust and vampires turn to stone or something. Or one or the, yeah, I just heard vice versa. Thanks for correcting me. Either way, I think we're both right. Something happens to them, they die, okay? And it's like the energy just like zaps out anyone that you trigger a lot of people, man. I don't know what to say, pile number one. I mean, I definitely vibe with this energy a lot. Last person. Oh, we have the Queen of Swords. Someone, I think someone just like, okay, I'm honestly feeling just like a little bit of like a mocking energy, like, you know, it's like, I think you just got yourself like a little hater. That's the best way that I could put it, to be completely honest with you. Yeah, I think you just got some catty behaviors. This is also kind of giving me like trolls, you know, but also a little bit more mean girls, okay? Definitely a lot more catty. So I guess this is more of a warning. Again, if you will, I don't know what warnings keep coming up for y'all, because I think that's definitely not the right word here. But pile number one, just know that, like, let's say under that list of like comments and like, you know, discussions and things like that, you will probably have people who are just absolutely ridiculous. So perhaps maybe get yourself a nice little like team that can perhaps maybe monitor that and like delete comments that could be really gross, or just definitely don't fall into the troll like behavior too much, you know, and fall into those like traps and shit, because you've got people that are looking up at you. How is it that you're solving problems, you know? People that will want to do and say whatever it is that they can to, again, like, see you crumble, see you buckle, and just pay no mind to this, okay? Because you've got some really great mix of energies right now, and maybe that's also because I am recording this under the eclipse, basically. But you got a lot of people coming out here, pile number one. I'm really curious about the other piles now, too. Like, what is going on? So we got a lot of people. So what we're going to do is get a bunch of different types of... I was going to say, we got to get a bunch of different types of intentions. But the way that we're going to put it out is with a high level of discernment. Okay? I think because you're going to have to intuitively denote everybody's intention with you as they come in, as maybe they creep your stories and you see their name out of nowhere, or I think I'm just seeing someone like accidentally like a post from like years back, you know, and then just another person just like sitting there like laughing at their phone, like, I knew it, like, I see you, you know. So there's going to be more visibility of who it is that has been creeping on you a little bit more. But I think that's also, for you, pile number one, something that is more so normal, if you will, because there's something that is incredibly public about y'all. I'm feeling that intuitively. Y'all got some big personalities, and even though you may not expose too much, like, I think that as much as you are active, you're not actually bleeding onto social media, if you will, for lack of better words, you know, like, you're putting out your truths, you're speaking your mind, you're igniting people up, you're definitely manifesting a dream and showing it off humbly. I'm feeling that from y'all too. Like, look at my life, isn't it neat? I'm still going, like, come along with me, you know? And the way that you're going through this path of authenticity is, again, something that is... it's almost like the highlight reel, right? Like, on social media, we typically just show the super positives in our lives, right? I think that y'all also discuss the hardships and use that as a nice, like, learning curve. And like, yeah, like, you got people admiring you, wondering, you know, wanting to come in from the past that are long gone, keeping people up, keeping people just like, you know, you're annoying some people too. Like, I mean, good in a way. That means you're taking up space. And that'll come with a lot of different bodies and personalities and eyes. And still you get to keep a lot of your secret life to yourself. And I think that is where all of those like aforementioned warnings of like, hey, act accordingly, and just so you know, extra protect yourself, and like all of that. I think that's something that you have actively been putting in place for you. If not, it's just a reminder to maybe up level that source of added privacy and protection, however it is that that resonates with y'all, whether it's going the Hocus Pocus route or just very practically setting some boundaries, or maybe, you know, some social media breaks. Like, I, for one, have all of my social media notifications off. They're off, except for like my WhatsApp and emails, like for work. Everything else is off. I'll see you when I see you, you know what I mean? And it's a really great boundary. So, yeah, for anyone who maybe needed that, because when there's a lot of energies on you, you're going to want to protect your peace a little bit more too. So, so based on the information that these people have, let's see on a very general scale how it is that you are perceived by all of these people. Let's do that. Okay, first card out is Between the Lines. Look for what's hidden. So again, so fam, y'all are the type that express yourself with limitations. You will show a little, you'll give a little, but you'll also keep a lot for yourself. And so you might have a lot of people looking for like the metaphors in your work and in your creation and your messaging in general. Perhaps maybe a lot of these people are also taking it quite personally. You know, that could definitely be the case. Card out, we have hurting, agonizing pain. Okay, this fell more so in and around here, so I am getting a bit of like an X. Okay, somebody could absolutely be perceiving you as someone who either you hurt them by walking away, for example. Perhaps maybe they didn't really expect that. I also have missing you right at the bottom of the pile here. Someone didn't exactly expect you to leave and you did. This could be an old friend. This could be an ex, okay? It's someone who misses you and feels your absence, okay? And so the way that they're perceiving you is honestly through like a hurtful lens. Someone may also really be thinking about you a lot. Like they may be quote unquote spying on you more energetically. Like you may feel a lot of your energy being pulled to a particular person or two in your life that may even have you like muted, or you might even have each other blocked or something, right? Like you may not have social media access, but like, you know, spying can go a multitude of different ways, you know? So yeah, the way that you're being perceived right now is through a lens of heartache, through at least one person that could perhaps maybe be watching you. How else is my pile number 3 being perceived? Inner growth. Okay. Someone who absolutely finds a really beautiful balance here with this black candle and the white candle. This is you sharing your story again. There's this really beautiful balance about y'all. I've been feeling it from the start. I think whatever it is that you are putting out, pile number 1, deserves to be seen. I think it's making a difference. I think it's allowing you to also live more in your purpose, and people are seeing that. The way that you're being perceived as someone who has inner peace. You know, like, it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful. I like this energy for y'all. How else is my pile number 1 getting perceived, please? Okay, this card came in reverse. So we have Secret Admirer. So someone could be timid. This did come out in reverse though. So you could also, as far as an intention is concerned, be perceived as someone whom... Interesting, I'm getting this a multitude of ways. Number 1, the path that my intuition was leading was someone might come out of the woodworks and express their love and admiration for you, okay? That like you don't exactly see it coming, but like stay tuned, okay? On the flip side, another way is people literally perceive you as someone whom is like not shy, who's a super like go-getter. If you like someone, you make it known. Like someone sees you as being like the ultimate wingman, the ultimate like pursuer, someone who can get them all kind of in a way too. Not even in like a really super cocky or like F-boy or F-girl kind of way, but like someone kind of has you up on a pedestal. Like someone definitely admires you as well for your, courage or something. Like you have like this immense amount of confidence in you. Yeah, interesting. We have I'm sorry, apology. Okay. Y'all have such a mixed bag of different energies coming through. Pile number 1, please comment down below. Let me know who it is that you are. And if you have a platform that y'all want more followers on or something, like feel free to please market yourself down below, okay? Let us all hang out, you know, support each other and shit. But nevertheless, with I'm sorry here, and me also even like prolonging getting to the energy of this card, someone really longs for you. Someone really, really longs for you. You must have really walked away from a lot of people, okay? Or one or two people whom are still super hung up on you. However it is that that resonates with y'all, because I know it's going to kind of go a little bit of both ways for whoever's tuning in. But you've got people who actually want to reach out and apologize to you, to offer like a clear slate or something. People see your name, your face, your words, however it is that you are showing up, in particular online, and they have this pull to express some sort of an apology, or like, I just heard make things right. You have this effect of like you healing that also inspires others to want to do the same for themselves too. You could also be perceived as someone here, pile number one, that you will admit when you're wrong, Like if that's where your intuition is leading you and what it is that you feel in your gut is the right thing to do, you have less of a problem expressing yourself. And yet, because of that ability, you also simultaneously intimidate others. So you may be the type of person here, pile number one, that's like, you can come talk to me about anything. Like, I'm right here, you know, but like you being so open and like ready to receive people intimidates them. It's like it counteracting it, but that your energy like opposes theirs so much that it becomes frightening to want to step up to you. You're highly intimidating in that regard, okay? Yeah. We have heartbreak and shattered. Oh my goodness. Pile number one, what is going on? Like, you got people yearning for you. You are a heartbreaker. You got someone literally shattered, drinking themselves to sleep. So, oh my goodness. Okay. We have relationship reconnecting as well as ex-lover coming out here as well. So, another chain of events just came out here of who it is that's watching you, okay? You know how I said that there might be like a group of people or something and like they want to see your demise? I am getting a little bit of a puzzle piece happening right now that should you have someone who is like, you know, like staying up late and thinking about you, okay? And it's kind of spilling into their own private matters and relationships. You might have an ex of someone who is interested in you that is looking to kind of, well, cause a tower moment for you in your business, in your reputation, wants to like expose you as someone. Like I just heard like, I don't know if someone maybe has like a very overly like perfect opinion about you. Like they may have you seriously up high on a pedestal. I felt that already before from you guys. Yeah, we have long love again here with strong affection. You are, I think, aware of your power, social media and keeping tabs. I think y'all are aware of your power, and thus communicate accordingly. Perhaps maybe that took a long time for y'all to learn, pile number one. Nevertheless, though, you're wise beyond your years and beyond the experiences that you have shared. And it is enticing people to want to realign with you, to learn from you, to heal with you, you're radiating such a light that it's like you just pull out people's shadows to heal, okay? And you might have someone from your past that wants back in, but it's making somebody else incredibly jealous. And those are the ones that are trying to find dirt on you, to even go back to this person that is thinking about you and be like, see, this person is not at all what it is that they say that they are. And yet, because you continue to show up authentically, pile number one, they're not finding shit. Like, We have signs and meanings. Okay, so another way that people perceive you. Oh, we have grave, no second chances out here too. You are someone who you could maybe create like memes or something too. I'm also sensing maybe more of like, yeah, I don't know, like graphic designing or like videos or something. You guys are very talented in one form or fashion to express yourself more visually or something. You could also be an artist, really work with your hands a lot and like create something, whether it's digital creation or like physical creations, or like you guys, I don't know, you make something. I don't know what that's about. But people actually want more of it, you know? They're kind of looking out, like I'm getting a really interesting message here that they're looking out for like new promotions or news or advances of yours. Like people actually really want to see you win simultaneously, okay? They're also viewing you as someone who rarely gives second chances, okay? That it's like you get me or you lost me. And that could have something to do with something that you had put out there, okay? People could really be looking for signs from you because you may be a little bit more difficult to read, okay, as we had mentioned before. So people are kind of like consistently reading between the lines, you know, like trying to find what's hidden and what, oh, is this maybe about me? And like, you got a lot of people incredibly curious about you. Again, I'm sensing that y'all are pretty smart as far as like what it is that you put out there, how much it is that you put out there, knowing that there are people that are keeping tabs. Hopefully this reading had given you some form of insight, even though it was a mixed bag of individuals. So I mean, what I will say is the extended should be interesting. We also have shapeshifter and mimicking. You probably have some people, soul fam, that may even want to become a little bit more like you, you know, want to do a little bit more of what it is that you do. And it's interesting because I think I heard like one of y'all just say, let them. And I like that energy because all they could do is copy you. Either way, they got to wait for you to come out with whatever magnificence you're about to put out, you know, like they wouldn't exist without you. And I think, again, this brings in a very interesting, although that may have sounded a little bit egotistical, you're humble about it. You're like, whatever, if I'm going to inflict change on people, so be it. I think pile number one, y'all have really stepped into your worth. Okay, can I just like put that observation out there? I feel that pile number one, y'all are really ready to get your business on. You're ready to connect with people. You have learned the art of setting boundaries, even though you're still challenged with that, you know, in a human form. There's definitely going to be repetitive karmic cycles occurring here and there, but nonetheless, you are on the rise. You have a lot of people that are praying for you, that are obsessed with thoughts of you, that are really curious about you for reasons to advance as well as perhaps bring you down. So having this level of awareness, I'm curious, pile number one, what it is that you're going to choose to do with it. Because again, comes in the message of you listening to your intuition and continuously cleansing your energy the best way that you can and know how. However it is that you feel intuitively aligned to do that. I just heard grounding again, so I will recommend that. Just touch some grass, okay? Just find that peace. I mean, I feel like y'all already know, so do more of that. And yeah, I guess let's dive into the extended. I think we should dive into the extended, okay? Because based on a lot of this information here, what I want to do is get down to the itty gritty about what these people are going to say or do to you, for you. What's their next step, okay? And we're going to divide this up in a multitude of different ways. We are going to talk about the ex, okay? This ex energy, again, it could be a friend energy or it could be like an ex relationship energy, but someone from the past who is definitely triggering another group of people to rebel. Okay, so we're going to look into this ex, we're going to look into that whole group, okay? And Anybody else that may potentially have a little bit more ill intent on you, we're going to get some insight on there, okay? As far as those whom want to see you grow, I think there's no need to put an extended on that, because those people are very open with you, I say. Okay, I'm really sensing that. My heart chakra is like beaming, okay? Like they're so quick to always express to you their thanks, their gratitude, what you've taught them, the alignment, like all of that. Those are messages that are some of my favorite to wake up to too. Like there's nothing like a patron or a client in my DMs like hitting me with a giant paragraph of going like, this is the experience I had and this is how I dealt with it because you taught me this and that. And then they just express their gratitude to me. And I'm just like, oh my God, like it makes my heart sing. So keep your focus on that as it comes up for you. Okay. And the rest we're going to dive into, you know, just any ill intent and most importantly, the advice and action for you, okay? Definitely going to be in and around protection, but we'll welcome in some new decks and get you some proper ways on how to do that. So, pile number 1, that's it when it comes to the public reading. I hope that I will see you in the extended, or not, that's cool. Hopefully another pile or another video in total or general, whatever conclusions may or are supposed to be had. I love this part of my videos. So I'm going to just say bye and thank you so much for being here. Like, subscribe, do all the YouTubey things, and I'll catch you later, pal number 1. Keep shining. Peace. Who is this person? Hold on, this card. Lovers. Okay, so this is likely an ex of yours. Okay, I am hearing Gemini, so they may have Gemini in the sun, moon, rising, or whatever it is, if that resonates with y'all. Tell me more about this person. Give it time. Everything in divine timing. Let things flow. Okay, we also have moving, change of residency, moving in with your partner. Okay, so a little bit more insight about who it is that this person is. There could very well be some distance for y'all, okay? Especially if you are not in communication for like any physical reasons, that might make sense. I just heard unblock me again, so this could be someone that you have blocked, okay, for some of y'all. It not necessarily telling you to unblock or block them, okay? Distance at the very bottom here too, okay? It's just specifying that there may be a need to bridge a gap between y'all, perhaps even physically. Someone needs to like literally move, or they're unable to approach you until they move. Like there's something that this person has to experience and go through first before they can contact you or something, because this give it time here is really coming out. So this could be, again, a person that you're at a distance with in one form or another. You could also be very moving to them, okay? I'm really getting brought to that like little heart on the chimney there, you know, like this little cutie. So it could just very well be that like you've ignited something in them. You know, if the house is a representation of our own physical vessel and this human experience, okay, then you've sparked something within them. They think really highly about you. This person, like, I think that you shock them, pile number 1. I think, like, literally shock them, okay? The person that you have become is someone that I'm hearing, I will never forget you. Well, hello, pile number 2. What it do, baby? Y'all chose the Alice in Wonderland deck. I forgot to mention that we're doing Disney decks, but I mean, pretty much speaks for itself. It's the next day from when I started yesterday's piles and extended, which was, by the way, crazy. So I'm really looking forward to what the heck yours is all about. Pile number 2, tapping into your energy. This is going to be a really different reading from pile number 1, so I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if either this is the only pile that you resonated with or you resonate with either one of the two. I obviously haven't done pile 3 yet, but that too is going to be quite different, it seems. I'm an intuitive reader, by the way, so for anyone who doesn't know, we are going to tap into yourself as well as another, because the vibe that I'm getting in for y'all is that there are two people spying on each other. I see you. Ooh. I bet some of y'all blushed or smiled on that. Yes, you. So we're going to kind of dive into both your energies and then see where the heck this reading goes, okay? Because yeah, whoever it is that's spying on you, well, you're spying on them right back. So I'm curious if y'all like know about it. I'm hearing bottom. Okay, well, I mean, we're gonna start off strong, I guess. We do have the Three of Swords out. Let's pull some more cards before we talk on that. Transformation, interesting. Okay, I'm thinking that this is going to be energy between y'all, and then we're gonna do who's spying on you here, and then your energy here. Yes, I heard yes, cool. I heard take this, okay. And then we have the Six of Flowers, which I believe are wands. Why can't we just keep it all the same? Everyone's got to get so freaking wild and creative. I love it, but like, damn. I'm pretty sure flowers are wands. That's what we're going to go with, because I'm not going to go and check right now. Let's take a look at your person's energy. We have King of Flowers, so King of Wands, Page of Cups, and, okay, Two of Swords. Let's get how to's energy, please, the viewer. Now, obviously, crisscross applesauce this if, like, I end up reading your energy here, okay? Y'all just remember this is still a YouTube reading, so take only as it resonates with y'all. Hello, can you talk, though? Like, who are you shying away from, Sofem? No. We're doing this. I have some stubborn viewers. All right. We have the, no wonder the Queen of Swords came out here. Okay, we have the Nine of Wands. Oh, okay, and then the Four of Cups came out in reverse. All right, let's start this shit off, shall we? Welcome to your reading, pile number 2. Let go. Don't mind the layouts. This is just how it intuitively will flow, and like I said, we'll keep adding to that. Apparently, this needs to stay out. So, first things first, talking about the energy in between y'all, okay? I think that there is definitely heartbreak in the situation that, I mean, blatantly put with transformation out here, pushed you to change or kind of forced change upon you, right? Every single choice we make, especially when it comes to our relationships, like we can heal all we want on our own. But like, regardless, any sort of relationship is going to trigger, like that's inevitable. So the connection between y'all, who's spying on you and you spying on them right in return, are kind of like keeping tabs on each other. There's something here in and around like wanting to succeed in doing that too. I am curious though, and as we dive into individual energies, we're going to see if this is, I'm not feeling any, like, spite is definitely the wrong word here. There's definitely, okay, stubbornness is absolutely high and mighty, okay? Especially with the Queen of Swords energy. That could be your energy here, pile number 2, where, okay, I'm reading this a couple of different ways, especially here with the Nine of Wands, kind of reserving your energy, protecting yourself a little bit more, standoffish. You may be afraid of a scolding of sorts, because there's definitely some heartbreak, some like transformation, like definitely something happened between y'all, okay? And one of y'all may want to either put somebody in their place, like, I don't know, kind of have like the final say, or maybe afraid of that. I don't know. I'm reading that like a multitude of different ways. If you are in the mood to scold whoever it is that's watching you here, pile number 2, work on that, okay? Like, go ahead and allow yourself to be angry if you must. You are dealing with other things, and it's okay. Yeah, some of y'all just need to stop refraining your anger from like rearing its head in a safe and productive manner, okay? Right now I'm seeing it, or I'm actually hearing it, a punching bag, you know? So perhaps maybe get into boxing or something too for anyone who needed that. Yeah, something with like a lot of movement for y'all I think would be really helpful here, pile number 1. Yeah, because I'm seeing some trapped like anger. For anyone who that may apply. We're just, you know, we're going to call everybody out here. Y'all know how we do at K&M Witchery. What's up? Hi. With the 4 of Cups in reverse, does show me that this could very well be the final stage, if you will, for in fact letting go of something from this heartache here between y'all. I don't know, I feel there's this sense of like, I just want to let this go, but I don't know how. It could be emotional too. So like you guys could very well be people who refrain from utilizing their emotions very much. You know, the Queen of Swords energy could be quite dissociated, could be very cold at times, you know, very stoic. Perhaps doesn't even always mean to be, you know, but it's just like, you might very well be like an air or earth moon. Okay, like your moon sign could be in an air sign or a earth sign. Definitely lots of reservation there, and yet like ready to let go. So you may feel like these sporadic like waves to action something, to like release some anger, to have yourself a little cry or something, like even if it's like 30 seconds and like all you get is like 2 tears drops out, like sometimes that could do a lot, you know, and especially if that's all y'all can do. I don't know, but there's something here about like emotional release work that is coming up for you. But we're gonna move on to this side here now and continue forward. So the person who is also watching you, but like also I want to say like inadvertently, pile 2, if this is you, which again, I really think it is, it may be triggering you right now that like the person who is watching you back isn't really showing it. This person has, okay, we have the King of Wands with the Page of Cups. This person is someone whom is really kind of go lucky, I suppose, like go with the flow, very like, the world is awesome. Whilst also, because this is still the King of Wands after all, having a fulfilling purpose and like they also don't show a lot of what it is that they're thinking, what they're feeling, okay? Because there's definitely like a cross out here. Ooh, I just got like chills. What's this? Okay, so the 5 of Hedgehogs. This is the 5 of Coins and a J. Interesting downloads here. So this person, they may be really working on changing their financial situation at this time, because the thing is, okay, like usually the 5 of Coins energy is one of like lacking self-value, not being able to ask for help, or locking themselves out, essentially going through a worthless phase. And I mean that with like a light heart, okay? Because the way that I'm seeing this too, like 5 signifies change. And I'm really getting sent over here to this green because it's like, it's go time now. Like this person, I think they're aware of you and what it is that you're going through, and they're focused on their wins right now. Like, just notice how, what's the cat's name again? Anyways, looking at their passions and their actions in and around that right now. So they may just kind of be trying not to, in fact, think about you, pile number 2, to be honest. And that could be, oh, what is going on in this connection? I will say one thing. There's a lot that is like left unsaid between y'all that like in this transformation, I'm pretty sure that y'all haven't talked to each other in a really long time. But like the fact, let's come, what is this 6 of Wands energy about? Because that's a success card, okay? And it seems to be like mirrored right now and like, I don't know. What's that about? Can you please tell me what the heck that's about? Okay, cool, wow. So we have 3 of Wands as well as the, okay, 8 of Cups in reverse. What? The plot thickens. Eight of Cups in reverse. I just hear stay. I want you to stay. Very interesting. Usually the 8 of Cups is about walking away, but this is now in reverse. But then like, doesn't 8 ever get reversed because it's still the same? But like, I think that there's something here about like 3 of Wands, a choice, a decision, and an action being made. So maybe there's something about a success here. I'm getting pulled straight to these mystic love oracles. What's this about? Okay, bliss and happiness as well as single parent and responsibilities. What? Okay, so this just in, there may be like a surprise pregnancy for somebody tuning in. Bliss, happiness, single parent. This one, yeah, okay. Finances, money on the mind. I just heard other side, so it's here. I heard, yeah, okay. I feel like I'm like unraveling these things that like are so unsaid for y'all. And yet, so the person that has their intentions right now on their success and their wealth right now, right, is definitely got money on the mind. Okay, I literally got it pop in my head now. And again, like focused on changes in career or something. So that confirms that, I want to say. This is very interesting. And y'all over here, so there could be, and I just heard pregnancy scare. So however it is, like sometimes you would prefer pregnancy, sometimes you wouldn't, based on personal circumstances, okay? Let's just keep that light. And there may be pile number 2 coming up for you, some sort of like a, oh, okay, well, we've got like the double, I think it's like 2 lines if you're pregnant, right? Whoop, we got the green light, or someone could lie to you. I heard that come through too. That was really weird. I don't know what's that about. Because I just heard trap too. I don't know. Take this with, please, a grain of salt, because I feel like this is getting a little all over the place. There's going to be a bunch of barking, by the way, because my dog is about to retaliate in the next few minutes. So if you hear that, please ignore it. Or it could just very well be that should there be a pregnancy that you're really wanting happiness, or vice versa. Perhaps maybe it didn't end up fulfilling itself and you were still happy without it. There seems to be here like a battle in and around, and I'm hearing like internal battle, okay? Because happiness is often confused with purpose. And oftentimes it is spread that you must have a child and a family, right? So there's something very like traditional / untraditional about children in your life, or perhaps maybe in this connection somehow, or like, what is coming up? But either way, it's like you want to obtain ultimate happiness and fulfillment within yourself. However, the outcome may bring when it comes something to do with children, potentially. Y'all could also be quite angry about perhaps maybe something about to do with your child if you have one, pile number 2, and hence why it's also just really important for y'all to like let go of any just anger and emotions and things like that, right? Like we're all human, and sometimes we really want to like bottle things up so we can be strong for somebody else, so much that we actually forget to actually uncork that bottle and like just allow yourself to have a safe release of emotion so that you don't cause harm on yourself or others later, right? Like, you know, like those like bottleneck moments where you just kind of like explode. So very interesting here about y'all energies here emotionally, pile number 2. Definitely feel open, by the way, to book with me at canamwitchery.com if you ever feel pulled. There's the retaliation. It has begun. And yeah, release your emotions in a safe space, you know, and perhaps my dog barking is a metaphor of that on its own too. Let's go to the person that, and it's interesting because I feel like you could perhaps maybe be like, quote unquote, like watching each other, not even like online or something. You guys could just have a very like emotional mental connection rather, but interesting that I said block too. So you could be blocked. We have enemy and watch your back. This kind of comes in with the lie as well. I don't know what you guys are dealing with, okay? Because this is turning into, I don't know what the heck. We have soulmate everlasting here alongside breakup forever and endings. Oh, damn, the plot thickens. All right. I'm going to pull a couple more cards here, and then I could really get down to the itty-gritty third party. Signs, meanings. Okay. And I'm hearing one more. This one, yes, okay. And we have heartbreak. Okay. And a 1 and a 2. Oh my goodness, halo. And a 1, 2, 3. I'm understanding the full scenario here, okay? I have a feeling a lot of y'all are going to be in part 2, or pile 2, you're here, okay? But for some of y'all, it is the reverse, so I will just acknowledge that, okay? Nevertheless, whoever this person is on this side likely holds some sort of like hidden resentment and regrets, something about a third-party interference coming in that is kind of taking away from this person, okay, from whomever is watching you back in certain ways. That is, number 1, primarily, at least on the outside, how it is that they're being perceived by this person here. Hopefully I'm explaining this properly, but like y'all got to work with how this is coming out right now. Thank you. This side, person A, okay, yeah, thank you. We're going to go person A and person B, okay? So the way that person B is perceiving person A is someone who is very focused on their abundance, very much on their mind, kind of perhaps maybe has them blocked. Like person A may in fact have person B blocked, or just simply isn't giving that much attention to person B, okay? And person B has got a lot of shit on their mind and in their happenings too. There seems to be something about a child in play. It could very well be that their, I want to say previous relationship, someone's coming back around, or this is baby mama, baby daddy drama, and I mean that with love. They're kind of seeing things differently. Person B really needs to work on that emotional release, like straight up. Like there's something here that is like bottled up, needing to explode. So like work with a therapist, or like just go to the gym and just start wailing on some shit. I don't fucking know. Like go sit in your car and have yourself like a crank the volume up and just like scream. You know what I'm saying? Like something's gotta fucking get released here. And it might in fact really help with this transformation here too, as well as heart, like that hurt and heartache that's coming up too. We're gonna pull some outcome cards over here for pal or person B. But person A, I wanna say, because if this is you that's tuning into this pile, okay, for the few of y'all, I definitely want to point out that, like, you are heartbroken over this connection as much as you may not show it on the outside, right? I mean, we definitely have this kind of heartbreak feeling getting represented in a multitude of different ways. It literally says heartbreak and shattered here. They may not be showing it too much, and yet, are they expressing themselves? Let's look at that. I'm going to change decks too, because this Curiosa and Curiosa energy is getting very confusing, and I need something a little bit more straight up, okay? Okay, so we're going to go to the original tarot, because there ain't no getting no straight up than that, okay? Yes, okay. What was I going to say? These two. Okay, hold up. Ah, there it is. Okay, so person A is undergoing a lot of changes, really working on illuminating their fears, who it is that they were, really taking care of their mental health, I want to say, especially because the Sun card here in the very middle is telling me that, like, this is definitely being something that's worked on, okay? This Eight of Swords energy. So if anyone relates to this storyline here of person A, as confusing as this all was, so hopefully y'all are still here. My bad. Well, there's 22:22 on the clock here, so whoever is here, thank you. Please give me a thumbs up and a comment down below. I appreciate it. Maybe drop a sun emoji to let me know that, like, this is you guys, like, whichever side that's your I don't fucking know, but, like, I feel like I'm watching a sitcom or like something. I don't know. You guys got like some pretty intense energies here, but like in any case, so like person A is really working on like sunshine, and I'm getting called to how it is that I just placed everything. Person A, I want to say they're doing it for themselves, okay? Like they are being more selfish about their play and part in this, and it's really interesting because what just happened clairaudiently was as if I was like in a room and I can hear my own echo, like very much keeping to themselves. Also still processing a lot of this pain and this heartache. I think that person A does think that person B is their soulmate. There's some sort of like connection here. And y'all could be just really pulled to each other's energies in general. The person A is still, again, working on like building up that sunshine and having a really positive transformation, healing the heart there. Perhaps maybe like this also needs, this whole transformation for person A needs to be hidden from person B right now, just because also person B is dealing with like their own mess of stuff. And I hopefully didn't just hurt someone's feelings by calling this whole situation a mess, but like, hey, sometimes you got to work extra hard for happiness. In a way, happiness in the sun's kind of giving me a very similar vibe here, if you could be honest, right? We got a nice little flower field, a kid being happy, extended hands. Like, I think that you guys have different ways of obtaining the same type of goal and success, where perhaps maybe I honestly wouldn't even be surprised if, like, no matter the situations and how things look like for y'all right now, that y'all end up might like reconnecting and having like a different type of conversation, perhaps maybe even moving forward and like, again, like staying, like that message that came out before where it's like, I want you to stay, I want to stay, like I don't want to go anywhere, like I don't know what the heck is this about. The outcome here, let's maybe bounce back and forth. Person B, what's the outcome with all of this third party potential child stuff? Okay, so happiness shall be received, okay? I definitely think that when it comes to the Page of Wands, there may be a little scary here for pile number 2, and of course only take this as it resonates, if it resonates, but pile 2, person B, you may have like a really quick one-night stand with somebody, potentially even someone from the past, okay? So like watch your back, because this person may be in fact wanting to trap you. Like, I don't know why this little scenario keeps coming out. I feel like it's immature. But nevertheless, it's coming out, so like, fuck it. There it is. And so there may be like a pregnancy scare or something, but however it is that you want, if you want this child or not, okay, that is you, person 2, okay, B, whatever you are. Either way, your utmost happiness will be obtained in the physical realm. So the outcome is really positive, but how it is that you get there is through kind of inviting a third person into this little silent, albeit mix. Again, are you guys talking? Wow. King of Pentacles came out over here. Interesting development. I also have the 2 of Wands out here. Okay, so 5 of Wands. I'm just gonna leave you here because I'm running out of space. Okay, so touching on these 2 energies here, okay, so person B, I believe, will probably be the one to reach out, just because the way that this card naturally fell over here, okay? I take everything as a metaphor when channeling, and it's going to have to come from a very grounded manner. So I think that person B's got to go through whatever the hell they got to go through, which kind of makes sense for person A. Like, if you may intuitively know about this, or like maybe you see something on social media, or like somebody tells you something and they're like, oh, I saw person B out with somebody, whoever it may be. I don't even think you know them. And it's going to be like, oh, well, that kind of sucks. You're going to go through a bit of like a heartache scenario here, person A, okay? Because like, I don't know, something, I don't know. Hey, something's coming up, and I just like swallowed kind of hard too. But anyways, and then person B is going to be going through their own kind of heartaches in a way as well, but ultimately the outcome is going to be the same, and that is just, it's a lot of balance and happiness. Just like there's a way of like, there's certain experiences that need to be had separately and yet all intertwined to the same ultimate goal. And there's some sort of like success and like conversation or something that's going to be had like eventually. The extent is going to be very interesting because y'all just like took this reading, pile number 2, to like a completely different level. This is supposed to be like, oh, we're gonna call out who's watching you and spying on you, and then we're gonna spy right back. But like, I feel like I'm just extending this into like some like crazy love story. It's like some rom-com stuff where the 2 of y'all somehow end up together, but not before individually going through some of your own shit, honestly. And then with the 2 of Wands here, especially with this individual looking up that way, just so you know, person A, it's going to be person B's move whenever it is that they're going to get ready and do their thing and experience what it is that they got to experience, thus prompting you to experience something too. They're going to come to you. Person B's move towards person A. So this is probably why person A is minding their own damn business, because intuitively they're already picking up what person B is putting down, and they're just like, I'm going to just focus on this and my own changes and the things that I can control, and then probably, you know, have some like little ouchy, intuitive, emotional moments too, because I'm definitely feeling emotional. I mean, especially here, we've got the Page of Cups, right? Like, I mean, you know, but nevertheless, really working on that happiness and somehow really also transmuting their finances from perhaps maybe something that person A really struggled with. Okay, like maybe this was a value issue once upon a time here with that 5 of coins, right? And then you see person A really transmuting their finances into something really super happy, and then kind of leveling up to perhaps maybe the finances in person B. Like, it's so freaking weird that like these are two completely different stories, and yet you guys are like some sort of like star-crossed lovers or like some shit, you know? Like, no matter what it is that y'all do to like look away from each other, you still end up kind of coming right back. I just heard Kundalini rising, so like, what? That's an intense connection. If y'all ever have the sexuals, it's gonna be wild, but like really like connecting and like just energetically aligning and like just like wow. Yeah, but like damn. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to dig deeper, I guess. Like, let's just keep on going. Person, let's do this. How does person A view person B? Based on whatever information they do have, whether it be intuitively, whether they heard it from someone, I don't know, because this is a mixed bag. Your situations are, you guys know about each other, but like you don't know about each other. It's like you know everything and nothing simultaneously. It's a very interesting connection. I mean, soulmates came out here somewhere. I don't know where anymore, but like, there it is. So you guys just might have some like crazy cosmic connection or something, okay? If you resonate with twin flames, that could be it too. Just like take these kind of things lightly, okay? Like don't attach too much egotistically for something too, because that's also not healthy. Nevertheless, labels aside, deep connection nonetheless. And yeah, I want to know more. So person A, based on what it is that they got, how are they viewing person B? Let's go. Person A views person B. This one, I heard no, but this one, I heard yes, okay? And I heard one more. Oh, wow, no. Oh, not the right time. Okay. We also have give it time. And the card that flipped out is liar. Oh, shit. Okay. So person A is viewing person B as, okay, firstly, not at all being ready right now for a sort of connection, okay? I think that person A, despite them really not showing it on the outside, if you need to know this information, person B, which I think is the viewer, but who knows, okay? Sneaky, being careful. Person B may in fact be quite afraid of approaching person A due to fears of being like scolded or something. And I think that person A is closed off to person B right now just based on what it is that they either experienced together, because we started off with that Three of Swords. So y'all already had some sort of thing going on. We didn't touch on too much of the past. Interestingly enough, we were kind of blocked from that. But nevertheless, they're aware how it is that person B is being perceived, or how they're perceiving person B is that person B is blocking person A in some form or fashion, okay? Intuitively feeling as though they're not ready. Person B is not ready. And in a lot of ways too, I'm pretty sure that this is a really big mirror moment for person A, because I think that this is person A's energy is the no right now too. I'm having like a really big heart chakra like activation right now as I am tapping into these energies here. So it could very well be quite mirrored. I'm thinking that person B is asking person A to give them time. Let me just like do this and like experience something else and I'll come to you. And person A is simultaneously agreeing with it, but also just saying no for themselves. Like not for person B, but rather like no for themselves. Like they know that this is a no right now. Like they need to give some time, and also definitely work on their trust factor. I don't know what it is that person B had maybe said to person A, or that when person B comes back into person A's radar or DMs, or I don't know, I'm hearing like a phone ringing. So they might approach with a hell of a lot of caution because they might come in through the lens that like person B is lying about something because they're aware of some third party stuff and whatever else is going on here. How it is that they found that out, I don't know. I really think that person A is like pretty intuitive in their own way as well. Or it's just, I don't know, things just, you know how like sometimes you just like find things out without really looking for them? I think like that really happens a lot to person A. So let's reverse the table, shall we? How does person B view person A right now? Open up your heart. What is happening? We have gambling in reverse. So that says problems with addiction, gambling, and bad finances. Okay, so I will say right up front that person B views person A as someone who is in fact like working on managing their money, okay, and getting it up. Like they're not, person B is not one to really take a gamble with their emotions, perhaps even with open up your heart here, okay, but definitely financially, right? Like person B looking onto person A is very well aware that person A is kind of focused and doing their own thing right now. And I just heard good. And then I also heard wait for me. So person B, I don't know what the heck is going on. Like I feel like person B, like just to call it out, and just, you know, do the Queen of Swords thing, I guess, call a spade a spade. I think person B just wants to go on like their like last hurrah in a way, like very like single energy is kind of coming out here. Just want to have a little bit of fun, experience more things, only to get hit with a bit of a whoopsie, okay? Whilst also telling person A like, well, just like wait for me. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know, I'm laughing at this because it's like, again, this is some sort of weird like rom-com, sitcom, like just Laguna Beach type shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Anyways, so person B, I think also, I will say this too, the erratic emotions could also be that person B is really hiding a lot of their feelings towards person A, and I got a nose itch on that. And the way that they're viewing person A is someone that can still somehow have a soft heart. I don't know. There's like this like childlike connection that still comes out of all of this. Interesting. What's the last card? How does person B view person A? I heard flip, so we're just going to keep doing this until something comes out. There it is. Communicate. Compromise, forgive, work it out. So whatever the story is here with person B, I think that there is this strong belief of, well, communication, definitely that compromise, that y'all are going to work something out. I don't know. I think that person B knows something that person A doesn't know, and vice versa, to be honest. So I may have just like straight up like exposed the both of y'all, like kind of like right there, slapped y'all both in your face. Because this was like the deep dive that I have never gone into on my channel. So this was very interesting. And I'm very curious about the extended. What we're going to do in the extended, I think we're going to, we're going to separate this up of like, what are the things that person A would tell person B? We're going to fast forward to any sort of communication that's going to likely transpire between these two. What would person A tell person B? And then what would person B tell person A? And we're going to pull a bunch of channeled messages. Yeah, that's what we're going to do for y'all. Because I don't see any other way that this reading could go. So So let me know, pile number 2, a lot transpired here, regardless if you're person A or person B. At this point, please just drop a sunshine, because ultimately sunshine and happiness, I think, is the goal between the both of y'all. I think that there's a lot that y'all are keeping unsaid between y'all, which is a lot of the reason why you're keeping watch on each other, even if that watch is somewhat intuitive, because I'm sensing that like the information that y'all are getting is through different ways. I don't know if it's like word of mouth or something. Let's maybe do that. I'm getting pulled to yet another deck. Let's ask the question, where are these two getting information about each other from? Because I also heard block, so like maybe one or both of y'all aren't really posting a lot, or literally have each other's blocked or something. The King of Wands came out here again. Okay, so person A, straight up, just like intuition. I think it just hits them quite quickly. It's fire, it's spirit. Wands are spirit, spiritual body. Just straight up like aha moments. Like person A just like knows. I don't know how else to say it. Can we get a confirmation on that? How does person A find out their information about person B? Hermit. Yeah, they just know. They go within. I honestly, I resist saying it, but this could very well be like a twin flame kind of a thing. Regardless of what gender these people are, honestly, I think that this is a man and this is a woman. If I could be... Yeah, even though this is a lot of king and like masculine based energy here. Yep, I don't know. That's my guess if I ever had one. How does person B get their information? Okay, magician, same thing. Person B gets their information about person A through their own site. So both of these, like, y'all are very intuitive, very intuitively connected. I'm getting pulled to this bottom right here, and temperance. What is happening? Y'all have a very intuitively led connection. Whether you are aware of it directly or not is a case-by-case basis. But somehow your stories are always somehow aligned and impacted. I don't know, y'all are deep AF. This connection is the definition of the Facebook status. It's complicated because, boy, what is happening? So, I mean, like I said, let's dive on into the extended. Let's see what these two would say to each other. Okay, and we're gonna get the full tea. And I honestly will say that this is probably gonna be a very future conversation because it's not happening right now. If anyone tuning into this general portion just wanted a timeline, I give it a while. I give it a while. Something needs to be experienced, released, like, I don't know. But person A, if you're tuning in, do your thing. Person B will come talk to you and initiate that conversation. And I mean, if you're person B tuning in, well then do what it is that you got to do. And when the timing is right, because you got temperance on your side too. So like you're very spiritually like prompted in divine timing kind of a thing too. Like when it's time for you to go and really be able to ground your words in a way to express it however it is that it needs to be expressed between y'all, then go ahead. You got the green light when you get the green light. Wow, what a connection. What a reading. Thank you so much, pile number 2. If this is where it is that we end, hopefully I see you another pile or another reading, or of course over at VIP if you are interested in the extended. The link is down below. And without further ado, I think we're just going to jump right into it because curious and curious is an understatement. So... yep, see you over there. Peace. So first things first, okay, especially with the Hermit here, person A is definitely keeping more so to themselves. I would say that very few people in their life would really know who person B is, because it seems as though like I'm feeling more so of like a protective energy, to be completely honest, from person A. Whether this is also like protection as of like self-preservation is what is definitely in question. It could also mean out of respect to person B. Okay, I just heard time has passed. So it could have just also been something that was like really long ago. I couldn't let you get close to me speaks on the time that you have had apart. So throughout this gap of time and space between y'all, person A really did truly keep to themselves. As we recall, person A had the Two of Swords out, that had that cross out, right? It's like person A towards person B, incredibly closed off to themselves, hermit mode, unreactive, and definitely keeping a strong sense of like boundaries and their own resistance, I would say. Hey yo, what it do? Pile number 3. It has been a few days in between me recording pile number 2, as well as an entire eclipse, and just unexpected shit left, right, front, and center. And it's very interesting because every time I was going to sit down to do your reading, something kept coming up. And then I realized that that was part of the metaphor as far as your intuitive reading today. So before I go on and I forget, we're using the Villians tarot deck. I forgot to mention that we're using Disney decks today. But nevertheless, I'm going to be re-recording the introduction because, yo, this has been a whirlwind, and straight up, pile number 3, you guys are going to be the exact same way, okay? Channeling into your energy, what I have picked up is, number 1, you either don't have much like social media and or you don't post a lot. You're probably incredibly strategic as far as like your likes and your feed goes, your following. I don't know. There's like a mathematical scientific genius behind you in some form or fashion. It's kind of giving me Scorpio vibes. So you could have Scorpio in your sun, moon, rising, and like I'm hearing Mars. Interesting. Point is I think another reason that y'all got pulled to this pile is because in many cases, and roll with me on this, you're the villain in people's story. Or so you perceive yourself as such. Someone that's misunderstood, someone that, okay, y'all, what I've picked up is like you kind of act more dumb than you are. Like, and I mean that with like absolute respect though, because it's like you fool people into believing that you're a fool. Meanwhile, it's kind of like Duper's Delight in a way. You guys are like little tricksters. You never really show everything that's up your sleeve. You know how to manipulate conversation. You could be told that you're quite charming. I'm getting that come through. Let's dive on in. Who is spying on you, pile number 3? If everything that I had channeled in for you resonated, then hey, what's up? This could very well be your pile. Like and subscribe and all of that shit. Okay, so 4 of Swords. I'm hearing top. By the way, all of my true love, all of my windows are wide open. I'm hearing no to all of these, so it is what it is. So yeah, anyways, sorry, because I got completely distracted with like all the channeling. Windows are open, my bad for any background noise. I'm still gonna do that overlay, but I heard yeah. Okay, what is this now? Knight of Swords. I heard incoming conversation. It was 3:33 on my timer, by the way, when I looked at that. I don't know if that means something to anything. Page of Wands. Light, fun, friendly. What is happening? Two of Wands. Oh, interesting. The plot thickens. There's a Page of Swords. Okay. Let's shift this over so it's more centered. Yeah? Cool. Pile number 3. Who is spying on you? As applicable, I am going to pull up to about like 3 different types of people for y'all, because I do believe that you have quite a lot of curiosities in and around you, people wanting to, I guess, kind of see what the hell you're up to, but you don't show shit. It's very interesting. Again, I'm just hearing strategic. So perhaps maybe you're like a seasonal poster, you know, where it's like sometimes you only post once every literally like 3-4 months. Sometimes you go through like longer spells. I definitely flip-flop on my posting. But nevertheless, y'all go with the flow. And so people are unable to follow because you march to the beat of your own drum. And so the curiosities about you are kind of like background noise to you. I feel like it's because you most likely are quite aware of people who may be looking into your business. Pile number 3. That is a lot of the reason why you choose to kind of like keep it quiet. And like I said, there's something about strategy that's with you guys. Who are you people? Whew. I'm definitely more of the intuitive, like, go with the flow. So tapping into y'all's energy, being all like strategy and like, this is not necessarily in like a perfectionist way, but you can be in your way. What is this reading? Who's watching you? Okay, so could definitely be like an ex of sorts, even multiple too, because there are 3 parties in this mix. You could have a true love glancing your way. You could also have I just heard like a crazy ex. Oh, shoot. The T. Looking your way. You also have someone who perhaps maybe doesn't have the absolute best intentions when they are peeking in for, I'm just hearing like gossip. I think it's more gossip. I don't think that anyone can actually facilitate any damage on you or your life in any sort of way. I think that y'all have way too much control of yourself and your reactions and everything. So much so that like, yeah, there's a lot of like emotional intelligence play here, but with a very like stoic undertone. Pile number 3. Very masculine energies. You're very attractive. Put that out there. Yeah, just telling by your energy here, pile number 3. So use it wisely, as I'm sure you already do. The 9 of Swords out on the table is a huge bundle of different assumptions, opinions, and hearsay about you. Hence, yeah, what is happening? You could very well be the type of person, pile number 3, that has a lot of options, I guess, when it comes to like dating. It could very well be your overall mystery that entices people, right? Like less is more. Y'all know how to play the energetic game. Game sees game, okay? All people can do is speculate. At the same time of me pulling out who is looking in, I'm working to decipher what it is that they're perceiving about you and like what the tea is about you, and yet they don't know. They don't know. It's all just speculation. Seven of Coins here too. Like, I heard it's been a while. I think people kind of get stuck on you. Pile number 3. Ugh, that just made me feel uncomfortable. You could have people in your energetic field that almost feel as though they're kind of like bound to you in some way. And that's where it gets a little like, come on. But I don't know, people are really addicted to you. What can I say? Wheel of Fortune. I literally heard the Wheel of Fortune game in the background. So you might listen to a lot of like background noise, what I like to call Hanged Man. Yeah, y'all ain't doing shit. Nobody knows your next move. Anyways, background noise is what I'm saying. You don't mind distraction because it kind of helps you concentrate. That's a random message. Peace and fucking quiet. That's what you want. Pile number 3. And you know that if you were to show something about yourself, anything, that could almost give somebody too much, it's almost like too many people would out of nowhere be all up in your business, know about something. I don't know. I just heard gossip wheel, especially with that Wheel of Fortune and Page of Swords. Like, people just jump to conclusions about you, pile number 3. And I'm just sensing a really deep reservation. Like, you, pile number 3, are unwilling to allow anyone to get too close to you. I just immediately like backed up. Like, unless you yourself have probably watched the hell out of them too, and thus have determined a connection substantial enough for yourself. And so I'm getting pulled to this energy here, where there seems to be some sort of a conversation. Page of Wands, it'll be light, it'll be fun, it'll be friendly. Probably some pretty good banter, okay? What's his name? Yago or some shit? That bird's fucking hilarious. Like his snide comments. Anyways, so there could be a lot of banter. Knight of Swords. I'm hearing something about a conversation flowing easier than expected, and it's like, I just heard met your match. I'm pretty sure this is a scene from Sword of the Stones, or like the Sword in the Stone. Anyways, and then you have Merlin, and then that crazy pink lady. I'm so sorry, I don't know her name, but anyways, and they have like a whole duel and stuff, and it's like a party. Mighty in their own ways. I don't know. There may be something about, like, I just keep hearing banter, 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 banter. So I don't know if that is just something that you were looking for. Pile number 3, I think you want someone who is also able to get on your mental level. Keep something enticing. There's something... very interesting. I'm getting that, like, you are like a magnet, right? But what it is that magnetizes towards you, you're kind of like, ugh, too easy. And so pile number 3. You're the one that's going to be the one to initiate any sort of movement forward with anybody. Y'all are just hella fucking reserved. And your reserved energy is its own block towards who's around you and who's creeping in on your energy, you know? But I gotta keep this reading authentic, because at the end of the day, it could just be a really great confirmation for you, pile number 3, that like, number 1, job well done, I guess, when it comes to preserving your peace and your privacy. There is a big message here about more like secrecy though, right? Like, be wary about going a little bit too far down the quote unquote privacy rabbit hole, that you live an absolute life of secret. You let absolutely nobody in. Like, nobody at all knows your true self. Like, not even that like one friend or whomever they may be, a family member, whoever they are to you. If you find a person like that who is a little bit more of this like little quote unquote perfect match, but match is also like fighting component, you know? I don't know. There's a childlike fucking something coming out with this energy. What the fuck? We're gonna dig into all of that in a bit too, especially in the extended. But just be mindful of shutting yourself too far out, I guess is what I'm saying. Nevertheless, we are going to do the best that we can. And based on any sort of tea / information that people do have on you, pile number 3, how are others perceiving you / what is that tea? We'll see what comes out. I'm going to leave that kind of more open-ended. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of flyouts. Great. Lots of talking. That's easy. Unexpected. Signs. This has come out in every single reading. Finances, money on the mind. Interesting. Hold on. Okay, this also came out in the last reading, but like, you've seen them fly out though, right? I'm gonna shuffle it all back in anyways, just to like reset that. Very interesting. What are these cards? We have friends, fated meeting, unexpected, and we have soulmate. Okay, so people, when they think about you, when they talk about you, when they connect with you, they definitely feel as though, well, number 1, perhaps it was even fated to meet you. Like, you may hear that a lot, where it's like, wow, I think we met for a reason. And like, you may have a lot of people falling in love with you. I already had mentioned that, pile number 3, where a lot of people just might fall for your charm. I just even heard like mistaking. Oh my God, pile number 3, I totally relate to that bit, where especially someone whom is very like highly energetic, right? I mean, to say the least about myself. People tend to misconstrue that as like a grander like connection than what it really is, you know? And it's like, hey, I'm just capable to really understand and connect with you. But people are like, no, it's love. And I'm just like, oh, no, but discernment. That's the word, honestly. Not only are you looking for banter, pile number 3, but it's a level of discernment. That being said, with unexpected kind of falling in here, especially in and around true love, it may honestly be that like at least one of these onlookers or people in your life that like you may or may not know, or someone that you meet, may in fact really spark up love or feelings of. I just immediately heard, no, of course not, pile number 3, because if you were to truly fall in love, you would lose control and your strategy would go out the window. I told you, pile number 3. I did say. Be mindful of being too closed off, because some things you have no control around. We have intimacy and bonding. Yeah. I think, like it or not, pile number 3. Perhaps maybe there's a relationship around the corner for you. You never know. You never know. Even if it's like a few years. Because honestly, here's the other vibe I'm getting from y'all. I don't understand what this reading is anymore. Friends and intimacy. You may prefer to really take your time getting to know somebody. Like, start off as friends first. I just heard friends first, friends first. You want to know that someone could be your homie alongside your love, you know? Mask not showing true self. People don't really know you as much as they maybe think they know you. Pile number 3. You genuinely reveal like nothing about yourself. I will say that the right person, though, will be able to see through it. And that's the person that you will probably unexpectedly meet. We have hurting as well as agonizing pain alongside reconciliation and rebuild that popped out. We also have grave, no second chances. This also came out in a different reading. What is happening? Fears, afraid, karmic relationship, lies, keeping secrets. What is happening? And then we have party, and I heard stop. Okay. This is turning into its own little therapy session, pile number 3, but like, so be it. Y'all here for a reason. I guess this is it, so buckle on in. This could be a breakup, okay, that there is no reopening the doors in, okay? It could very well be a lot of the reason why you're now more so afraid to open up your heart again, to let people in, because this could also mean that like you don't even like let new friends in once people somehow hurt you or trigger your wounds. We'll keep it at that. In any way, you're quick to just retract, you know? And so it may be stopping you from actually kind of like experiencing life a little bit more too. But nevertheless, before we dive into all of that, karmic relationship and keeping secrets, it could very well be that you yourself had been quite deceived in past relationships and experiences, so much so that you find safety behind the lies yourself, because that's kind of how you gain control. If you only let people in this much, then you are in control of any outcomes. And it could very well be that you just cover it all up with partying and having fun. And again, bringing in that like duper's delight again. You are incredibly wise and you hide it. Pile number 3. So I'm calling you out on that. Respectfully, of course. Don't hate the player, hate the game, okay? And by that, I just mean my intuition game, because I see all. Hopefully y'all are still here, though, because who may be looking your direction and who may be, like, spying on you, but I don't even think, like real spying, like they're checking up on you all the time, but whoever it is just might be a start of a really great relationship of sorts. Or at least like a friendship when I say relationship, okay? It doesn't all have to get so serious. It could be very platonic, like a best friend. Who doesn't like banter with their best friend? Please. My best friends are fucking hilarious. Reconciliation and rebuild, hurting, agonizing pain. I think that this connection, whatever it may be, it could be something from the past, literally, because it says like rebuild, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. This could be a completely new person in your life. Okay, let's run with that story for a hot second, if of course it applies. And we have this really interesting connection and conversation and bond where you open up a little bit more intimacy. You start removing that mask. This type of friendship, connection, romance, whatever it may be, may just bring you a lot closer to your truest self and probably make you feel more comfortable with releasing whatever the heck has got to go. The stuff that you hide behind, you know? What I'm saying is it could be a really healing connection coming up in your very near future, pile number 3. And I think it's going to come almost unexpected. It'll feel like a soulmate, like soulmates, even in a platonic fashion. Because now, I don't know, there's something about friends here, like someone's coming into your life. As soon as, of course, you probably have to reach out to whoever it is. You're smart. You'll figure it out. Pile number 3. Whatever. I think you've already got your eye and your insight on who that person or people could be. But nevertheless, a soulmate is a energetic connection that pushes you towards your greatness. And that's kind of the difference between a karmic as well as a soulmate. A karmic will do the same. A karmic will push you towards your greatness, but it's going to do it while literally mauling you through hell. Like there's different ways of learning self-love and growth and becoming a great, happy version of yourself. There's different ways and quote unquote paths that you can take to get there. And the path that you were on for a long time, and you probably got thrown into that shit, pile number 3, unexpectedly. I mean, who would willingly go through pain unless you feel like you're deserving of it to some point or another? But like, damn, pile 3, like loosen up on yourself, forgive yourself for something, whatever that may be. Moving right along, there's always a quote unquote easier path, but the easier path doesn't lessen the discomfort. But someone can make it easier on you to heal. I don't know. There's something here about healing or something. So like, welcome in some healing into yourself. We can all welcome something like that in, I would say. But maybe I'm just biased. Anywho's, how are people viewing my pile number 3? This is like, how are you guys resonating with this reading? Again, none of these piles have been anything that I expected this entire reading to go. I don't know. It's very interesting. Relationship connecting. I mean, you can't make this shit up. I think when it comes to who's like spying on you, fears is at the bottom again. What else? Because I'm hearing bottom again. And we have grave again. Relationship. In some cases, I will put this out there, it could be literally someone from the past, someone who there perhaps maybe were no second chances offered. And yet, the door's opening. You see that door with the key and everything? It's like the door is somehow open again. And there's relationship connecting. There's okay, yeah. Maybe you guys, some of y'all are probably getting back together with, let's say, an ex, okay? Like with a true love or something. Could have been a significant amount of time in between y'all. And everything that could come out after that is the shit that, like, I don't think anyone's prepared for. It could very well be just maybe a lot of people would talk about it, I guess. I guess that's like the worst case that's going to happen. What's the worst thing that can happen? I'm going to pull from a different deck because like this just took an interesting turn. Talk about changing paths and shit. Like just swerve left so hard. Like, what? Seven of Wands. What's the worst that can happen? 10 of Swords. Healing. Okay. What's the worst that can happen? This card. Judgment. I heard one more. Oh, shit. And there goes the High fucking Priestess. Let's go. Magician and the High Priestess out on the table. Pause. Pause. So hard. Okay. Any hoosers. My inner perfectionist is kicking in. Girl, chill. Okay. Let's reiterate. Potential true love, likely ex situation, because a lot of this reconnecting and reconciliation might come on in, okay? The hesitation is, should this connection happen, all of this strategy that had worked for pile number 3 for so long, keeping quiet, keeping, again, there is a difference, sir, miss, tuning in, excuse me. There is a difference between privacy and secrecy, okay? Y'all may lead a very secret life, or so you think, but that is just literally you blocking out any sort of connections at all due to some sort of hurts and things that are coming out. This connection could very well literally help you heal your intimacy issues, if I can call it that, as respectfully as I possibly can. That's probably not the right choice. Nevertheless, keeping it real with y'all. So who cares what people will say, and that there is going to be some onlookers who don't like what it is that they see. It could also mean that there's going to be a bunch of like truth, quote unquote, that might come out. Perhaps maybe your stoicism in some point. Y'all may lose your words very easily. Although that one is definitely all me, nevertheless. You may have to like, okay. Pile number 3. You may have, in moments of your shutdown, said some things about potentially this love, if you will. Okay? And so opening this Pandora's box would inadvertently let out all of the past demons, all of the things that you had said, done, all the truth would be bared. Like, everything would just flood out. And so there's going to be many ways that you're going to have to fight for this connection, whether the fighting is between yourselves and others. Like, it's basically me, you, and the world. Like, I've got your back. It's very like Mr. and Mrs. Smith. It's the vibe that I'm getting, you know? It's like the world could be against y'all, but like, even if you're fighting with each other, you still have each other's back. Okay? And or this could literally be also pile number 3, you fighting yourself. Duh. With the 10 of Swords. This is all mental game. This is you just like piercing your own back with like memories, with healing, with also too much thinking. Okay? Here's the thing, right? Healing is feeling. Emotions are energy in motion, which means that they are temporary visitors that are literally here for us to process them, to transmute them, to move them, okay? So that means have yourself a really quick cry or a hissy fit in front of a boxing bag. Those are great. Just fucking start wailing. Crank up the volume in your car and just have yourself a quick fucking like 10-second scream. That'll release a lot of emotion. And it'll also reel in a bunch of clarity too, because this here is the quote unquote demon, if you will, from this Pandora's box. I don't know why the relationship had got to be Pandora's box, but like that's the way that this metaphor is going. But everything that's going to come out is in like the best way is going to be your undoing in order for you to become a really magnificent version of yourself. And I think people are going to start seeing that. And by the way, you can still go through all of your challenges and shit privately. I mentioned when I first started this reading that there was like so much stuff that happened in between second pile and this pile. Like I had to go through like a whirlwind of my own quick healing too. In 1 hour, I received some really great news and like personal progression yays. And then literally like some of the worst news I could possibly get, which immediately caused me to dissociate. And it took me a while to like get back into my body and feel through certain things, you know, and do the 10 to 11 care stuff, mainly go for a walk in the woods. And now it's like springtime here. So everything's blooming slowly and it grounded me very quickly, thankfully. Nonetheless, maybe y'all got to go for a walk. I guess that came out for a reason too. Do whatever it is that you got to do to move through any sort of emotions before you get trapped into it, okay? And then the outcome is absolute balance. Like judgment too is becoming a healed version of yourself. It's like the next level, if you will, but the level is, it's not like an entire platform. Like you're not moving up. What you're doing is you're peeling back onion layers of yourself and your essence back to your core. And thus recognizing the damn power that's inside. We have the Magician and the High Priestess. 1 and 2. So, I don't know, y'all. But this seems to be some sort of powerful connection here. And yeah, it's going to be a whirlwind. I don't know. This is also going to be pile number 3. I don't know. Something that you have to decide to waltz on into. I know healing isn't always the preferred option. And yet I personally, of course, opt in for it every single damn time. My dog's about to start barking. Pause. Go. Go. Happy, go. Go. Dog, please. Go. Angel. Stop looking at me all cute and shit. Baby boy. Hi. Wakey wakey. Go downstairs. Where's Tito? Go get Chris. Go get him. Anyways, we are back. I just heard to keep that in, so I guess I will. My bad. Yeah, whoever's watching you is doing so very energetically. I also will say, pile number 3, that you probably have a lot of passed on relatives and angels and guides looking upon you too. That is a big one of who's spying on you, okay? And making sure that you are headed down the path that you want to be on. It's so much less about being on the right or wrong path. It's just going anyways. It's walking. It's allowing for you to make a quick left turn if you need to. Like we had swerved in. My nose is itching like crazy. So my accuracy is definitely up on a lot of things. So as closed off as y'all may think you are, pile number 3. And it's true, a lot of people aren't really getting too much about you, okay? They definitely see someone within you that is a good friend and easily falls in love, or are easily falling in lovable. That's a word. And I will say that people really enjoy meeting you, and I think that you know the magnitude of your energy, and I also think that you hide behind it so much so that now it's holding you back from potentially opening up to a really cool connection. Yep, it's 3838 on my timer for anyone who resonated with that number. And yeah, just know that whatever has to come out one way or another, whether it's going to be in this kind of connection, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, okay? Like when your soul's ready to overcome and heal something that you may have been resisting for quite some time, or that you have to like amplify your defense in and around to like stabilize it a little bit more with changed behaviors and like just again, like just, I just heard ride or die. I don't know. Work through a relationship with another in order to get through whatever it is that you got to work through within yourself. Because being totally alone and blocked off, soul fam, and like take it from someone who's definitely been learning this lesson myself, okay? Hyper independence is the slowest route to success and happiness. Interconnection is what the heck it's about. It's in so many ways meeting people halfway or 60-40 as required and as applicable. It's a tango between yourself and others and your willingness to receive as much as you are able to give. And one way or another, this is coming your way. So in the extended, I don't know what we're going to dive into, but we're going to dive into something. And there's a sneak peek right after this. So I'm going to meditate on your energies a little bit. And then you're going to check it out and see if it's for you. And if it is, then the link will be down below. You are more than welcome to dive into yet another pile or another pick a card or any other reading on my channel. Subscribe, comment, like if you're shy. And yeah, thank you guys so much. I'm disconnecting. This reading is over. So go back into your little hermit, at least for the next little while. Allow any messages that you were meant to receive today to resonate as they are meant, and leave the rest for another. And that's a bibbidi all for me. Thanks so much. Peace. So it could be family gossip or just, inaccurate information that is being spread into people whose business, it just doesn't matter. Like, I do understand and empathize now, pile number 3, why it is that you do keep to yourself so much, because you just may got a lot of people in your shit, and that it's just, you are very misunderstood in that regard for sure. You may make people feel very special at the same time as well. I mean, there's a reason for a lot of this like magnetization towards you. And yet, there is still a call here to like do something new and find some more strength, right? Like the strength card did come out here with the Fool. Secretly, I did pull, this is like an outcome card, like what's going to really happen ultimately in the end when all of this eventually comes out and like perhaps maybe some like tea is spilled. Then you find out someone in this mix is going to feel more like unworthy, if you will, okay? And in the background, notice how this is all in the background. I don't think that any of this gossip, and I had mentioned that in the general portion of the reading too, none of this gossip is going to actually inflict any sort of pain or anything on anyone, okay? Like with the star here too, it's like spirit, the universe, God, whomever, whatever it is that you pray to is protecting you. It's blocking this away. Like it's just energetic noise at this point that's like far background static, right? Like again, I'm kind of hearing like game show kind of stuff just like running in the background as you're cleaning your house or something.